Hi, my name is Pauline. I'm from the Los Angeles area, and I found Apostle Catherine through watching a short on YouTube online. I attended Arise and Shine this year, so I've been planted since Easter of this year. And before that conference, I struggled with a lot of religion and condemnation and lies about my identity and just like lies that I was wicked, that I wasn't good, that I wasn't kind, as well as stagnancy. I felt like I wanted to grow in my faith. I wanted to mature, but I didn't know how. And I felt stuck. I felt like I was plateauing in my faith. And I would also sometimes have demonic dreams of just like a lot of anger and hatred. Sometimes I'd have unwanted sexual dreams. And another thing is I really felt like I couldn't love my family the way that I wanted to, especially my mom and my younger brother. We used to have a close relationship, but the enemy really was attacking our relationship. So I came to Rise and Shine in faith because Apostle Catherine said it was my divine appointment. And then from that weekend onwards, I was filled with this supernatural love for my mom and my brother. And I just felt like any lie of the enemy that attacked me, trying to get me to be resentful or bitter, I could easily reject it and it would just leave. And I was just so filled with love and joy and peace without having to try anymore. I felt like I knew how I could grow and move forward in my faith and mature in my faith. I didn't feel stuck anymore. I had no demonic dreams. 2 days later, after the conference, my brother randomly reached out to me. He asked me to be his mentor, and God just completely reordered our relationship. And through that, I've invited him to come to church, and he's come with me multiple times. And a few weeks later, I wanted my family to see the change in me and ask me about it. And a few weeks later, I happened to write down my testimony, believing that the perfect timing would come for me to share. And later that day, I was just talking with my mom, and she asked me, ever since that day, that conference that you went to, something has changed. You're different. And tell me more about that conference. And so I knew it was God's timing for me. I ran and I grabbed my notebook and I shared with her everything that God has been doing in my life since that conference. And she was so amazed that she sat my dad and my brother down and she told them, hey, listen to what Pauline has to say. It's so amazing. And so I was able to share my testimony with my brother and my dad as well. And my brother said, actually, since that day, something's different too. I've noticed that you're so different. You've changed. And so I was able to share my testimony to my whole family. And since then, I brought my brother. My parents came 2 weeks ago without me even having to invite them. They just texted me while I was in service saying that we're here. And I also brought my housemate. I brought my friend. And God has just set up so many divine appointments for me to share this testimony with family, friends, and people that I never would have thought would be open to this. And yeah, God has just been so good. I'm just so grateful. Thank you so much. I'm just so grateful to Apostle Catherine.